Okay, here's your weekly instructions for the week of March 22nd and following. That's the 10th class week of the semester, 11th overall if you count spring break, which it's a week. It's not a class week. And in 6 weeks we'll be in the middle of finals. 6 weeks from now, so it's getting there. Spring semester can just pop like a bubble. Okay. If you are, this video will work for 1301 and 1302, so pay careful attention. If you are in 1301, there'll be two assignments during the Monday through Thursday week. You'll be taking let me make sure, Chapter 12 quiz and Exam 2. Now, I tell people this at the beginning, and not everybody catches everything, and there might still be one or two people out there that didn't quite understand this. These assignments are open for 4 days. You don't have to wait till Thursday. You don't have to wait till 5 minutes till midnight on Thursday. So they open a minute after midnight, Monday morning. That's barely half an hour away from where I'm sitting here. So it probably won't be open quite that early. We'll see. And close a minute till midnight on Thursday night. The reason for the minute after and the minute before is that there could be confusion about whether 12 is noon or midnight, whether that's AM or PM. I couldn't look in that day for sure myself, except technically this is not anything to do with anything. 12 is not AM or noon is not AM or PM. It's M. AM stands for anti-meridian, before the middle. Meridian is the middle. PM is post-meridian. So over 1 nanosecond, it's just the middle. So I think 12 p.m. usually refers to midnight, but I'm not sure. So we'll set 11:59. So anyway, 1301, you're looking at the Chapter 12 quiz and Exam 2, which is like Exam 1. You'll have a 25-question multiple choice section, 3-option multiple choice. The questions are drawn from the supplements. And under study materials at the Canvas side, there's a study materials module. You'll find the Exam 2 multiple choice section worksheet. Take that to the supplements. This is not about the regular textbook that the chapter quizzes are drawn from. It's not the questions you saw on the chapter quizzes. Okay? They're all 3-option multiple choice. Okay, for the essay, there'll be 2 essays. I have a test bank of probably 5 questions, and Canvas is going to randomize the choice of 2 of those, and you'll answer 1. Okay? Just pick one, pick your best shot, go for it. So that's for 1301. For 1302, I've already had Exam 2. I haven't started grading those yet. I didn't take the week off. I've worked myself stupid around the house. Our garage fridge quit, so we're trying to get that replaced. Let's see, you just have the Chapter 27 quiz. So either way, I think you've got 5 to go, however many down and 5 to go. Now, that's the Monday through Thursday. Now, the following week, or the following weekend, week from now, Sunday the 28th of March, the third of the outside class assignments pertaining to the final paper will be due. Specifically, what's called the thesis statement and outline paper. It's going to be a document. It's probably going to be short, and you'll submit it via turnitin.com by clicking on the Dropbox button. That takes you into Turnitin. Turnitin knows who you are, what class you're in, and it works. Okay. Now, what does that mean? I'll have instructional documents there for you, but a thesis statement is a single sentence which summarizes the argument you intend to make in your paper. Okay? If you're in 1301, it's about the impact of slavery, and we used that time before last, and I'm ready to give that general subject a rest. There's other things about American history, but that's the topic, and you have your sources list provided to you. Okay? Read over those, figure out what you want to say in your paper, summarize it into a single sentence. It's not a paragraph, it's a complete sentence, and that's what it is. But it could be basically end up being the thesis statement for the paper. Now, in addition to that is a rough outline of the paper. And I've just been, I don't know what word to use. of how many students I have that somehow got through high school and took 4 years of high school English without having a clear notion of what an outline looks like. Okay? You divide the subject up into the more important, the less important, the less important than that. You have Roman numerals. Under Roman numerals 1, you'd have capital letters A, B. If you got an A, you got to have a B. You can't just have one. If you got a Roman numeral 1, you got to have a 2, or however many. And then, so Roman numeral 1, capital A, um, uh, numerical, Arabic numeral 1. This is examples because wouldn't just be that. And then lowercase letters, like that. Okay, so follow the outline format. I want a heading on there. All right, it's going to tell me whose paper it is. The title, probably the title of the assignment would be thesis statement and outline, or if you want to put that followed by the title of your paper is going to have. The title of your paper could be whatever you want it to be. The title, that is, not the topic. If you're in 1302, the topic is a nasty race riot they had in Tulsa, Oklahoma, around 100 years ago. So, out of all the things in American history, from that nearly deservedly forgotten era, they picked that. So, but it is what it is. So that's due at the end of the week. Okay. Keep track of the instructional videos. That's what would happen if you went to class. If it was a face-to-face class, you go, you hear the lectures. That's what it is. Okay. My plan is, since last fall when I did these, I did them last fall. There were topics in Unit 3. You're entering Unit 3. If you're in 1302, you're going on into it. 1301, that'll be not this coming week, but the following week. There was more that I could have done, so I'm going to be adding some stuff to that, or at least that's the plan. Anytime you have any kind of a problem, don't fail to email me. Okay, you have a little bit of time left. Like if you just think this ain't working, I got to get out. You can still get an uncontested grade of W for about 3 more weeks, I think, something like that. The date is in the initial general course information document, which you can find in the course introduction module. What else do I need to tell you? Oh, yes. If you'd like to have a Zoom conference, one-on-one Zoom conference during office hours on Tuesday and Wednesday, let me reiterate, schedule it in advance. I still haven't got a firm habit of clicking on calendar to see if anybody's asked for one, but they're 15-minute time blocks on Tuesday and Wednesday between 11 and 12, like 11, 11:15, 11:30, 11:45. So you can sign up for those in a day in advance, so I will know to do what I have to do to make that happen. I've only had one so far, and that was, I believe, audio only. Okay, that's available. It has to be available. I think it's a good idea, so we can do that. So let's see, where are we? Hope you had a good spring break. In the past, it was always, kind of hit or miss. Got to have students that are good students sailing right along, making a good B, conceivably even an A, and they just wouldn't come back from spring break. I might have mentioned this one time. Most interesting response I had. The student didn't come back from spring break for about 2 or 3 weeks. Finally, he shows up. I said, "Where you been?" His response was, these are his exact words: "Mexican prisons are no joke." So, no, dude, I bet they're not. So, anyway, I don't want to stretch this thing out too long. Do I look sunburned? I may look sunburned. The reason for that is simple. It's probably kind of funny when you think about it. Saturday afternoon, from where I'm sitting, that's yesterday, I went to a football game. Okay? A college football game. The little college I went to is part of a NCAA Division III non-scholarship conference called the American Southwest Conference, and they tend to be smaller schools. Some of them are church related, some of them are state, but they moved their schedule from the fall to the winter and spring, and the blizzards came and all that, and we saw this football game. It was great fun. The home team won. I mean, that's a switch. We didn't know if we'd see anybody that we knew. because they billed it as the spring, forget what they call it, spring something, picnic, get together, something like that. So if you register in advance, you get a free meal, visit with people, watch the football game. Heck of a deal. So, and we saw a number of people. Um, and we had lunch with this former botany teacher who's I think his mom and my wife's father were cousins, so we were kind of kin to him and other people that we knew. And I've had longer conversations with people at gatherings like that than I did in 4 years in college. Okay, that was different from your college experience at Weatherford College. Weatherford College, most people live at home, apartments, that kind of thing, and you're not here that long. The college I went to wasn't as old as Weatherford College. Weatherford College is one of the oldest colleges in Texas. It is. Might surprise you. It's older than UT. It's older than A&M. Seriously. Well, but we were dorm dwelling full time students, and that's a different experience. And there's some good things that come out of that. You form some lifelong attachments, and I am boring the heck out of you. That's a gift I have. So we'll call this off and give you the week.